Ladies and gentlemen, sorry for some of the technical difficulties we've been experiencing here in Pembroke. Scores 11-9 North Georgia here at Lumbee Guarantee Bank Court. 13:22 left in the first half. Some exciting basketball up and down the floor. And hopefully with that, we have fixed some of our technical difficulties and we're live. And checking in for the Braves will be Nigel Grant. And Braves trying to run some offense here.
Braves ball, Mike Smith to take it out.
And Braves will inbound the ball. And Micah Kinsey tries to attack off the dribble. And ball's thrown away, almost thrown away. And Nigel Grant will pick it up. Over to JB in the corner. JB attacks off the dribble. And cleans up his own miss and finishes for the basket. Braves down 3.
There's been a lot of those mishaps, just a little bit, going on in this game today.
Braves still trying to figure things out here in Pembroke. We'll get you a quick stat update right here. For the Braves, leading them in scoring so far is number 00 Brandon Watts. Watts has 6 points, 3 of 4 from the field. And Watts has really been the main successful player for the Braves. JB has 4 off the Braves bench. And as far as for the Nighthawks of North Georgia, Denzel Hosch, the freshman, has 9 points in the game so far. He's knocked down 3 threes. So Denzel Hosch really been a difference maker so far for the Nighthawks. As far as other things go, for the Braves, shooting 38% from the field. Still haven't hit a three-point ball, haven't taken any as well. And for the Nighthawks, shooting 40% from the field, 50% from 3 of 6. So close back and forth action. Sorry for some of the technical difficulties we've been experiencing earlier in the show. Never know when those things are going to come up. Sorry we couldn't get you the first few minutes, but we've got the rest of this great ball game here in Pembroke on the Braves Broadcast Network. 2 teams coming into this game. Only played once this season so far. Braves won that game here in Pembroke all the way back in January, so these teams have not seen each other in a long time. And for the Braves, obviously coming off that huge win on Wednesday night against Francis Marion, a real big confidence builder, a game you wanted to win to get your share of the Peach Belt Conference Tournament. And I know Coach Miller and these guys were really excited about that one, but this one's arguably bigger. You know, it's a playoff game. Got to bring that same mentality you had from Wednesday night, that you want to go all in, give it your hardest, give it your best shot, and advance in the tournament.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. So far, I don't think either team has really been playing their best basketball. There's been some shots made here and there, but for the most part, it's been kind of sloppy basketball, hard to hang on to it. A few fouls going on. Foul count, Braves have 4 fouls, and the Nighthawks have 3. And, you know, the refs are really trying to slow this game down, it seems like.
Still trying to get their feet under them. First winner-go-home game of the season for both of these teams. And nice pull-up jumper there in the paint by Dominique. And Micah Kinsey sets up the play, the freshman point guard for UNCP. He's going to attack the paint. Kinsey takes his time looking for a man. Over to Grant. Grant at the free throw line. Swings it for Murray Boyles. Murray Boyles is going to attack. Pull-up jumper on the baseline. And nice jumper there by JB. Getting the Braves a little bit closer here, down 5. 11:15 left in the first half here in Pembroke. Peach Belt Conference quarterfinal matchup. Nighthawks just swinging the ball around the outside of the key. Good hands there by Grant. And Shaquan Cantrell gets inside, but it's going to be Braves ball.
Yeah, he lost the ball. Nigel Grant tried to hop in there for a steal as Alex Bradley will check in.
And Shaquan Cantrell, he was called for that foul there. Their leading scorer, averaging over 16 points a game for them. Big-time player. Not much of a three-point shooter, but a guard that can get into the paint and really attack the rim. And Murray Boyle sets the screen for Bradley. Going to try and play a little two-man game. That ball was tipped, and they say it wasn't tipped. So it's going to be a backcourt violation called on Alex Bradley. It'll be Nighthawk basketball.
Wow, I'm not so sure about that one.
Tough call for the Braves.
It should look like Shamanga kind of poked it out a little bit.
And Shamanga here with the ball. Swings it out on the outside over to Domini. Tyler Domini leads this team in rebounding. 6'5", listed as a guard, kind of plays as a four-man for this team. And ball's poked out by Clemaine Rose. Rose one-on-one, he's got numbers now. Taviro steps in and good off the glass. Clemaine Rose with a nice play in transition. Get the Braves even closer.
Great coast-to-coast by Kwame Rose. That's the Rose that everybody loves.
And Rose loses Brennan on that one, and Brennan with a nice little layup in the paint. And these Nighthawks just keep coming back. Fast-paced basketball. Bradley down the floor. Bradley swings outside for Murray Boyles. Murray Boyles for 3, and no good. Rebound falls to Shamanga. And Shamanga's going to slow things down a little bit here. Freshman point guard. One of the best point guards in the PBC. Nice Euro step by Duke Robinson. He gets inside for the easy layup.
Yeah, this Nighthawks team is getting easy buckets. Easy buckets. Just driving the lane. And the Braves aren't playing any defense right now. They're letting them get beat, trying to poke the ball out from behind. And, you know, it's just not working.
And Nigel Grant tried to force that one. And
wow.
Nice job crashing the glass by Clemaine Rose. Guy that can really rebound the ball from that guard spot. And Shamanga with the ball on the outside. He's going to drive inside. Nice pocket pass inside for the finish for Ross Morcom. Braves going to make some substitutes at the next dead ball. Kia Pruitt and Carson Mounts both at the table. It looks like Brandon Watts is next. And that ball's poked away, and Shamanga's got it. Shamanga spins away from Bradley. Inside for Domini, and Domini throws it down. Tyler Domini.
This is not good basketball right now by the Braves at all. And Nigel Grant trying to call a timeout while Coach Miller is fussing him out.
Looked like he didn't want the timeout. Nigel Grant really wanted it, and Coach Miller wants the Braves to play through this, down 9, and another turnover for UNCP. The Nighthawks run in transition. And there's another layup. Duke Robinson. That's all they've really been getting here is easy layups.
Yeah, this is what every coach wants.
Coach Miller going to let his team play through it. 3 seniors on the floor. A junior and a sophomore trying to let his veteran team play through this trouble. Down 11 here in Pembroke. Largest lead of the game for the Nighthawks. Grant spins inside. He's going to kick it out to Murray Boyles. Murray Boyles, one step, back down, tries to force it. It's really just been trying to force the ball inside, and it's really struggling for the Braves right now.
Yeah, I think the Braves definitely need a timeout.
And
wow.
Domini inside once again for the dunk, and the Braves do finally take that timeout. Timeout on the floor here in Pembroke. Braves trailing the Nighthawks of North Georgia by 13. You're watching Braves basketball right here on the Braves Broadcast Network. Braves fans, Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke's varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. UNCP thanks Adidas for all of their support and offering the best for Braves athletics. North Georgia on a huge run here. 8-0 run in the last minute 23 seconds in this ball game. Coach Ben Miller forced to take a timeout as his team trails by 13. Braves, number 2 seed in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament, won the share of the PBC on Wednesday and is struggling a little bit here with the Night Hawks in North Georgia. Brandon Watts drives inside and he'll draw the foul and heads to the line for 2.
Yeah, well, you definitely said the word is struggling, and that's really what's going on right now. The Braves just can't seem to get it together, coming up and down the court, and turnovers just keep happening left and right. They're being careless with the ball, and I think they really needed that timeout, because if not, this could have gotten really ugly.
And Brandon Watts misses the first free throw, shooting 64% from the free throw line on the year. It's really just been trying to force the ball inside and really just forcing the ball everywhere. The turnovers, like you said, 9 turnovers so far for UNCP, and Watts knocks down the second. And it's one of those things, still plenty of time in this ball game, so Braves fans, don't worry. This team, a lot of instant offense on this team, but really it's got to be about playing some defense here. And the Braves pep band really getting into it here. Dean Johnson on the wing, trying to attack Carson Mounts. Johnson over to Domini. Domini for 3. And Domini, no tough shot there for him. Mike Smith grabs the board for UNCP. Smith inside to Mounts. Carson Mounts being guarded closely here in the post. Loses the ball out of bounds and another turnover. And Shamanga comes away with it. 10 turnovers on the day so far for the Braves. Still 7 minutes left to go here in this first half. And Shamanga tries to force it down inside to Ross Morcom. And it's going to be Braves ball on the baseline.
Yeah, great defense by Watts with the recovery. And that's what the Braves need. Defense, not only defense, but they need energy. They need some kind of life. And, you know, if it doesn't come from on the court, then it needs to come from the bench. If it doesn't come from the bench, then, well, the fans just have to get into it. But, of course, we all know fans get into it depending on how the players play.
And for UNCP, that's a big defensive play, like you said, by Watts, just clogging up that lane, a lot of congestion there. And that's really what it's going to be, force some turnovers here and then just start knocking down some shots. And the Braves have plenty of capable offensive players. You just got to buy in on both ends of the floor.
Big time. There's one right
Watts
there.
For 3, no good. Rebound falls to the newcomer on the floor, Lonre Olatanji, and he's off the bench, big man for the North Georgia Nighthawks. .650 left in this one. Braves trail by 12. Still the first half in Pembroke. Shamanga attacks off the dribble inside, and ball is lost out of bounds. Ball just been slipping out of everybody's hands here in Pembroke. Yeah. And Braves will take it on the baseline.
We might need to change balls at halftime or next time out.
And Jermaine Rose will bring the ball up the floor. Senior point guard for UNCP. Braves trying to get a little offense going here. Watts on the wing, throws it down low to Kia Pruitt, one of the best freshmen in the PBC. Pruitt's lefty hook, no good. Rebound falls to Mounts. Mounts with the righty hook. And Carson Mounts, the big man, finishes inside, cuts the lead down to 10. UNCP trails.
And that's a shot right there. And, you know, you were saying earlier about the Braves that we have a lot of just instant scores. And we also have scores, as Mike Smith gets hit with the foul right there. We also have a lot of scorers that they're not necessarily scorers, but you know they can put the ball in the rim.
You know, you can throw the ball down to these guys on the block. Carson Mounts got a nice righty hook. That one he put in. And obviously for him, guy that's coming off this bench, he's going to get his touches on that low block. We've seen him do it all year. And that was a nice finish on the last trip down by Mounts. And Denzel Hosh on the outside. Braves switch on defense. And swings it over to Duke Robinson. And Robinson travels. Another turnover here. That's the 7th turnover of the night for North Georgia. Braves have 10, so hate to keep harping on it, but a lot of turnovers so far in this one. And it looks like the Braves are going to bring in another ball handler. Micah Kinsey will check in. And Braves going to take Mike Smith out of the game. So 2 point guards on the floor now for UNCP. And Micah Kinsey been one of those energy guys off the bench that can really give you a spark.
And, you know, that's exactly what Coach Miller just did. He replaced energy with energy.
And that's really what you need here. Trailing by 10. Pruitt takes it inside. Lefty, no good. Rebound to Mounts, and Mounts takes it in for the finish. Carson Mounts with 4 straight points. Braves slowly cutting into this lead, and it's been the big man in the middle.
Very interesting point.
And Shamanga got that double right at half court. Split it, but was fouled on the play. And it'll be Nighthawk ball out of bounds. Ephraim Shamanga, The freshman point guard out of Ackworth, Georgia, went to Allatoona High School, leads this team in assists, also has one of the best turnover to assist ratios in the Peach Belt Conference, guy that runs the point for this team. And not a guy that goes and scores the ball a ton, averages 8.5, but really a guy that is in the middle of most of this offense for the Nighthawks. Shamanga guarded closely by Micah Kinsey, a guy that can really take the ball away from you. We've talked a little about the turnovers. He's a guy that can really steal the ball away from anybody. And ball over to Denzel Hosh. Hosh guarded by Akia Pruitt. Hosh will pull up from 3, no good. Rebound falls to Watts. And Watts will look to push. He's trying to draw that foul. He can't get it, drives inside. And he will get the foul. Pass was going right to Carson Mounts, possibly for another layup for Mounts. And so far, Carson Mounts 2 for 2 off the Braves bench, 4 points, also has 2 boards. And Brandon Watts will head to the line for 2 more. Watts split his first pair of free throws. Shoots about 64% on the year. First free throw up, and good for Brandon Watts.
And honestly, that's what the Braves need to keep doing. See how Watts took the ball off that rebound, drove it coast to coast, and that's what they need to keep doing. Put pressure on this Nighthawks defense. Don't allow them to set up because, as we saw earlier in this game, they do like that half-court trap.
And like you said, back in that trap. And North Georgia does have some ball handlers out on the floor. Plays like a 4-out, 1-in system, so a lot of guys that can handle the ball. And Jermaine Rose fouled Duke Robinson on that one. And Duke Robinson tried to go in for the layup even after the foul was called, and Carson Mounts was not going to have any of that. He sent that back. But Duke Robinson will head to the line for 2 shots.
You know, Mounts doing that, it's kind of a Kevin Garnett effect. You know, you don't want the shooter to see the ball go in the rim. Just gives a little bit of confidence. You don't want that.
And Robinson's first free throw up, no good. And rebound will fall to Jermaine Rose. 6-point ball game. Rose trying to make something happen. Out to Akia Pruitt. Pruitt trying to attack Dominy off the dribble. He's going to have to settle. And here it comes. And ball is poked away, but a foul called on the play. Tyler Dominy commits the foul. Dominy so far leading the way in scoring for both teams. Has 10 points on the day, 5 of 7 from the field. And the Nighthawks are going to make a sub. They're going to have to pull Dominy. And coming into the game will be Rod English. English, the sophomore guard out of Gainesville, Georgia, will check in. As well as we'll see Sean Brennan, senior guard from Roswell, Georgia. A lot of subs coming in now. North Georgia changing out almost the whole lineup here. Also going to see Ross Morecambe back in the game.
You know, there's been a lot of reach-in fouls for both of these teams. A lot of steals. I know definitely the Braves, as Akia Pruitt hits that first one. The Braves are the PBC's leading team in steals. So, of course, they're going to want to get the ball, go after the ball, and be aggressive. You know, that's a team. And games like this, they do tend to have a lot of fouls, in which the team does need to be careful.
And second free throw up, no good, but it will fall to Micah Kinsey. Kinsey back inside to Pruitt, and Akia Pruitt lays it up and in for the N1 opportunity.
Great
Akia
job.
Pruitt, one of the best freshmen in the Peach Belt Conference, starting big man for UNCP, will head to the line for the N1 opportunity. And just like that, Braves on a 10-0 run in the last 3 minutes. And like we said, instant offense, and the Braves can cut this one to a 2-point game, and they do. Akia Pruitt with the 3-point play, and the Braves are right back into this two-point ball game. 4:50 here left in the first half in Pembroke, and the fans are starting to get into it now.
Yeah, they needed that timeout earlier.
And Duke Robinson going to attack Kinsey off the dribble. Robinson swings it over to English. And they'll reset to Denzel Hosh. Hosh guarded tightly by Jermaine Rose. Inside, nice pass to Morecambe, and Morecambe will finish for the N1 opportunity. Exciting basketball, back and forth. And Ross Morecambe will head to the line for 1 free throw.
Yeah, and let me tell you right now, Hosh is no joke. You know, he's a freshman, and he's putting Kwame Rose to work right now.
He's a big-time player. Had 18 points the last time this team met, and Morecambe missed the second free throw. But like you said, Denzel Hosh is doing a good job out there. Hasn't scored a ton of points here yet today. Actually has 9, so has scored a lot for this first half. But Braves go inside, and Akia Pruitt's going to grab that rebound. And Pruitt going to work down low. Righty hook over English, and all good for Akia Pruitt. With a size mismatch like that with Rod English on him, Akia Pruitt's going to go to work all day down there in the low block. Yeah, Braves cut the lead back down to 2.
He's so lanky down there. He can get around or over anything.
And Sean Brennan's got the ball. He throws down to Morecambe. Nice little bounce pass back to Brennan. And Braves foul once again, and Brennan will head to the line for 2 shots.
This game is just foul-ridden. You know, one thing about refereeing the game is you want to keep it under control. You want to make sure it doesn't get too physical. You want to nip everything in the bud as soon as the game starts.
And it hasn't gotten chippy yet, but like you said, they've been keeping a tight control over
exactly.
it.
And one thing that makes this better to where teams will be kind of okay with it is the foul count. Because it's 9-8 right now. It's not going one way or the other. So, you know, both teams can say that the refs are calling fairly.
Both teams are playing very physical, and like you said, the foul count's right about even. So there's been a lot of them. There's been a lot of turnovers. And it feels like now teams are really starting to feel their way out. Mike Kinsey drives inside. The shot might have been blocked. And Carson Mounts is on the floor, but Duke Robinson will come away with it. Robinson has some numbers, goes inside for the layup, it flies in, and Duke Robinson finishes inside to give UNG a 6-point lead here. Micah Kinsey going to slow things down for the Braves. Guy that comes off this bench averages just over 3 points a game. And foul called on Duke Robinson. And another foul.
You know,
and with that, we'll head to break. Braves trail by 6 in this one. We'll be right back here on the Braves Broadcast Network. Ever wonder why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to top-of-the-line Cadillacs, so why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube. While your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. That's Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, located next to Lumberton High School. PD Powers here with Bryant Reed on the Braves Broadcast Network. Tight game here, quarterfinal Peach Belt Conference Tournament. Braves trail by 6, but Brandon Watts will head to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, the Braves have definitely come a long way since that kind of downfall they had around the 11 to 8 minute mark. And, you know, they really needed that timeout.
That timeout really did help, slowed things down. And obviously since then, Braves cut into this lead. They went on a 10-0 run and right back in this thing. Watts' second free throw is no good. Braves trail by 5 now. About 3:20 left here in the first half. And Sean Brennan's going to set things up for the Nighthawks of North Georgia. Over to Denzel Hosh. Hosh looks inside for Morcom. Morcom with a nice spin move and blocked away by Akia Pruitt. Leading the country as far as freshmen go for total blocks, Akia Pruitt inside. And Pruitt's going to look for the ball in the mid-range here. Going to try and attack Morcom off the dribble, down inside. Pruitt back out to Watts, and Watts looks back to Coach Miller to set the play. Watts crosses the man, pull up in the mid-range, and no good. Rebound falls to Brennan. And inside.
Wow.
And ball is pinned. Some people call it the wedgie, and that one's stuck inside. And obviously for the Braves with Akia Pruitt down low, guy that can block a lot of shots for you. Another guy, Brandon Watts, chases balls down from the way and coming sides, likes to get that block. And it'll be North Georgia ball on the baseline.
How often do you see something like that happen?
That's the first time I've ever seen the block into the wedgie like that. So interesting play here. See something new every day. And Brennan's going to throw it down low to Cantrell. And Cantrell back outside to Hosh. And Hosh knocks it down. Freshman Hosh leading the way in scoring so far. 12 points for the Nighthawks. Denzel Hosh, the freshman, had 18 here in Pembroke back in January. Already got 12 here in the first half today.
Yeah, and all 12 of those come from behind the arc.
And Akia Pruitt really trying to be aggressive here, and he'll head to the free throw line for 2. Stewart has 6 points so far today, 2 of 7 from the field. Also has 4 rebounds, and he'll head to the line for his 4th and 5th free throw of the day.
And with almost 2 minutes left, both of these teams have done well, considering the foul count. Both of the teams have done a pretty decent job of kind of distributing where the fouls come from. We have Morecambe with 2, and he's coming out the game right now. And along with him, Cantrell also has 2. But they've done a good job of, kind of keeping their hands up and not trying to get too many fouls. And on the Braves side of the ball, we have Akia Pruitt with 1. And let's see, we have Mike Smith with 2. And at the same time, we have Rose with 1. So, kind of all over the place with the fouls, but in a game, that's how you want it. You never really want one person to have all the fouls.
No one in foul trouble quite yet. North Georgia's done a nice job rotating some of those guys out. Some of them are their key players, but they've been able to rotate them out and obviously still have a 6-point lead in this one, manage their substitutions well. And ball's outside for English for 3. And no good, but something called on the floor, and it looks like it was another foul.
Shot clock.
Oh, it was a shot clock.
Yeah.
All right, so out of bounds. It'll be Braves basketball on the baseline. James Murray Boyles will inbound the ball to Quamaine Rose. Braves trail by 6. Just under 2 minutes left here in the first half in Pembroke. Quarterfinal matchup of the PBC tournament. And Rose swings it over to Smith. And Mike Smith hasn't really been able to get anything going here yet today. He drives inside. Smith down to JB. JB in the post hook, and good. James Murray Boyles with a nice righty post hook to cut the lead to 3.
It's a great move. You can tell he's been working on that one.
It's actually a 4-point game after JB's baby hook on the box. And deep 3 for Hosch. And nothing but air. It'll be Braves ball on the baseline. Good defense there by one of the Braves' best perimeter defenders, Mike Smith.
It's great defense. And you know what?
Looks like we're actually going to have a timeout. We'll finish that thought when we come back here on the Braves Broadcast Network. Braves trail by 4. Still over a minute left here in the first half. Right back here on the Braves Broadcast Network. Quick 30-second timeout. Just got done speaking about nice defensive play from Mike Smith. And really the Braves have finally started to pick up that defense. That was really one of the weak points of that beginning of the first half.
Yeah, you're really right about that one. And like you said, they picked it up. And that's what they needed to do to be able to stay in this game. The way they were playing, they were going to be going home by halftime.
And North Georgia in a little 2-3 zone now after the timeout. And Braves trying to penetrate it. Down to JB. JB gets his man up in the air, kisses that one off the glass clean. 2-point ball game. And that's what you need to do against that zone. Move the ball, try and find the holes in the zone, and JB did just that. 1 minute left here in the first half. Braves down 2. Trailed by as large as a lead as 12 in this one. And Braves suffocating defense now from Mike Smith. And ball stripped away by JB. JB's going to push. The Braves have some numbers. Over to Quamaine Rose, and Rose loses that one, and Hosch picks it up. Over to Cantrell. Cantrell inside for the layup, no good. And rebound comes down to Mike Smith. And ball's poked away from Smith. Nice job there by Denzel Hosch, diving,
and
trying to save that one.
Tackle on the bench.
And I think Coach Richards was down there, and the Braves video coordinator Connor Keltner might have taken a hit as well. But it'll be Braves ball, so they'll be fine with it over there. Hopefully everybody's okay.
Yeah, everybody looks fine.
Great effort by Denzel Hosch, the freshman guard on that one, diving into the Braves bench.
Yeah, 34 seconds left. The Braves have a chance to tie this one going to halftime.
Sean Brennan will check in. It's been a while since we've said that. Tie game. Yeah. Obviously, North Georgia got out of the gate so fast. And with a 2-point game here, Braves 26 on the shot clock, so can't hold for the last shot, but Braves are going to try and get a good look here, maybe tie this one up, or even take the lead here to end the first half. Braves going to take their time. Mike Smith back to Quamaine Rose. And Rose tries to find Watts there, poked out of bounds. 16 seconds left on the clock.
8 seconds on the shot clock, so
Gotta draw up a play here, get a quick look. Mike Smith will be the inbounder.
they need to be wary of the time.
And Smith finds Murray Boyles. Murray Boyles gonna have to attack quick. And ball is it's a foul, another foul on the floor. And JB will head to the line for 2.
Yeah, Sean Brennan smacked the arm of Murray Boyles, and he's headed for the line too. And let's see if he can't tie this one up right now.
Murray Boyles shoots 76% from the free throw line on the year. And he'll get 2 opportunities to possibly tie this one up. First shot is up and nothing to net. JB knocks down the first. Braves will send Micah Kinsey back on the floor. Don't want Mike Smith to pick up a 3rd foul here, so they'll take out Smith, bring in Kinsey. Just over 14 seconds left. Looks like North Georgia's going to make a sub. Tyler Dominy heads to the scores table. And second one, no good. Rebound falls to Olatunji, and they're going to push it. Rod English on the wing. English Euro steps inside and can't finish over Pruitt. And Pruitt grabs the board. Still 5 seconds on the clock, but North Georgia steals it again. And North Georgia's not going to score there. And we'll head to halftime. Braves trailed by as large a lead as 13 in the first half. Cut the lead down to 1 here as we head to halftime. Make sure to stay with us here in Pembroke. We'll have a halftime report about midway through the halftime. And then we'll be back for what is sure to be an exciting second half. You're watching Braves basketball right here on the Braves Broadcast Network. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lumpy Guarantee Bank Court. Still about 6 minutes left on the halftime clock, but we'll give you a quick stat update so far for today's game. We'll start with North Georgia. Leading the way so far for them, it's Denzel Hosh, the freshman guard, 4 of 7 from the field. All of those shots have been from three-point range, and he's knocked down all 4. 10 points for Tyler Dominy, 5 of 7 from the field. Real efficient for those 2 guys. And Dominy was in a little bit of foul trouble in that first half, collected 2 personals, so he didn't get to play the whole first half. Other than that, though, it's been 6 points from Ross Morcom, and Shaquan Cantrell, the team's leading scorer, only has 1 point. He was 0 of 6 from the field, another guy that wasn't in foul trouble, so he didn't really get to play as much as you'd expect to see him in the second half. We'll take a quick look at the Braves stat line now. James Murray Boyles leading the way for the UNCP off the bench, has 11 points, also 4 of 8 from the field. 0 of 1 from 3, and he's gotten 3 rebounds. Other than that, Brandon Watts has been the other main contributor. He has 10 points. He's 3 of 6 from the field, and 8 points for Kia Pruitt, the starting freshman for UNCP. As far as field goal percentages go, almost identical. UNCP shooting 45% from the field, North Georgia shooting 46% from the field. Braves have yet to hit a three-pointer. North Georgia's hit 4 three-pointers of their own. And from the free throw line, Braves have gotten to the free throw line 15 times. They're 10 of 15. And North Georgia is only been there 6 times. They're 3 of 6. Quick look at the scoreline over at Clayton State. The UNCP women's team trails Clayton State 31-22. If you're looking for a broadcast of that game, I'm sure you can find one on uncpbraves.com, either the Clayton State video feed or the UNCP radio feed. Both of those will be available at uncpbraves.com. We'll be back here shortly in Pembroke for the start of the second half. You're watching Braves basketball right here on the Braves Broadcast Network. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lumbee Guarantee Bancorp. PD Powers with Brian Reed here on the Braves Broadcast Network. About ready to get the second half started. Brian, what do you think UNCP has to do in the second half to pick up the win here in the quarterfinal matchup?
Keep doing exactly what they're doing, PD. That's really it. Once the second part of the first half came, that's when it was Braves ball. That's how they played, how they wanted to play. Everything started clicking for them. Shots started going down. Defense was being played. They were forcing turnovers. And, that's the Braves ball that we're used to seeing. And if they keep doing that, if they keep playing like that, then that's what's going to get them the win. That's what brought them back. And that's what I'm looking forward to.
Like you mentioned, UNCP, that first stretch of the first half, it was rough. A lot of easy layups from North Georgia, a lot of turnovers for UNCP. But the second half, we started to see the Braves team that we've gotten familiar with, the team that's won 7 straight games. And the Braves will start with the ball here in the second half in Pembroke. And we're underway. Braves trailing by 1. Start the second half. Wayne Rose looks inside for Nigel Grant. Great spin move by Grant, and the Braves take the lead.
That was a great job coming off.
That was a play probably drawn up in the locker room, get Nigel Grant some early touches, guy that leads this team in scoring. And Grant gets the Braves on the board here in the second. Nice look inside to Shamanga, and ball's poked away. Domini's going to grab it. 15 on the shot clock. Domini trying to attack Brandon Watts, spins. And Domini kisses that one off the glass. Tyler Domini being real impressive here. Had a nice first half and gets the Nighthawks on the board here in the second.
Definitely. And Domini averages around 11 points a game, and he's already above that with 12 right now, so he's having a good one.
And Brandon Watts swings the ball outside to Quamaine Rose. Rose going to look inside. Kia Pruitt pops a 3, and no good. Rebound falls to Shamanga. Shamanga thought about pushing that one up the floor. He'll take it out and over to Morcom. Ross Morcom inside and kisses that one off the glass for another easy basket. UNG leads by 3. Alex Bradley only has 1 point so far today. It was a perfect 5 for 5 from the field on Wednesday against Francis Marion. Hasn't done much so far. And the ball is poked away from Nigel Grant. And Denzel Hosh up the floor. Hosh inside for Shamanga. And Shamanga, hard foul by Alex Bradley, and he'll head to the line for 2.
Yeah, and Bradley was trying to knock the ball away and just tripped on that one and ended up pushing Shamanga. But, no basket scored, so it doesn't hurt too much. Make him earn it from the line. Shamanga is actually – these two should be knocked down because Shamanga's actually second in the PBC in free throw percentage with 87.9%. So
make him earn it. That's the key. They are normally pretty knocked down, but like you see, he's gonna miss almost one out of every 10. So he misses one there, and you want to show that you're not gonna shy away. And it was obviously it paid off with Shamanga possibly splitting this pair of free throws. 43-40, Nighthawks on top. Second half just underway, and he knocks down the second. 4-point game. And Alex Bradley was swinging out to Brandon Watts. Watts attacks off the dribble, and Watts inside. And nice finish from Brandon Watts, and he wants the foul. None called. Cuts the lead down to 2.
A lot of contact on that one.
And Brandon Watts, strong finisher inside for UNCP. And Shamanga right back down the floor, finishes with the left hand, up and good for the freshman.
This is exactly what the Nighthawks were getting first half. Just good, easy buckets with no defense being played by the Braves.
And Grant's mid-range J, up and good. Nigel Grant, money in the mid-range for the junior from the Bronx. And Shamanga's going to get a wide open look at a 3 here, and no good. Alex Bradley really slacking off there. Thought the screen was coming. Shamanga, 31% three-point shooter, so not a great shooter. He'll knock one down occasionally, and that one went out of bounds and will be Braves ball. Bradley over to Grant. Grant's got the block. Grant's going to attack another mid-range jam from Nigel. Good. Nigel Grant again from the mid-range. That's really his sweet spot right there. Doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but that mid-range jumper normally good from Grant.
Isn't it great knowing that you have a big man who can shoot?
He can stretch the floor. He can put the ball on the ground and just dribble, and he's a guy that can do a lot of things out there. Tie ball game here. And Shaquan Cantrell guarded tightly by Kia Pruitt. Cantrell muscles inside, and thought Kia Pruitt got the clean block, but there was some contact there. Watts came collapsing down. Shaquan Cantrell, the 6'5", they list him as a guard, but he's definitely playing that four-man position for them so far. Not a guy that really shoots the three-point ball, but he'll get to the free throw line a lot. Only shoots 57% from that free throw line. He'll get 2 shots here. Cantrell knocks down the first one. He's the team that's scoring over the course of the season at just over 16 a game.
Yeah.
Shaquan Cantrell had 15 in their last outing Wednesday at Young Harris.
It's actually surprising right now because he scores around 16, but he only has 3 so far, and it's the beginning of the second half. So
wasn't a little foul trouble in that first half, but like you said, you definitely kind of expect him to get going here, especially since he only has about 4 points so far. And another foul was called. And it was called on Ross Morcom. 3 fouls on Morcom. He starts with them in the middle as the center. And that'll bring on the freshman forward, Lonray Olatunji. Olatunji will check in. And Braves will set things up. Fresh shot clock. And Quamaine Rose guarded tightly here by Hosh. Over to Kia Pruitt. Pruitt in the mid-range. Pruitt's going to attack off the dribble. Back to Bradley. Bradley, a deep 3. No good. And foul's going to be called on the freshman Olatunji.
yeah, Grant went up for that rebound. He was just holding his arm, hooked onto it. So great job by the Braves. Shot clock resets, and they can get a better look.
And Nigel Grant looking for another shot in that mid-range. Down to Kia Pruitt in the low block. Pruitt inside, and Kia Pruitt finishes and ties the game right back up. Back and forth action here. Braves really emphasizing getting the ball inside here in the second half. Both big men getting going here early. And Hosh behind the back dribble. Deep 3. No good. Rebound to Pruitt. Quamaine Rose going to look to push. Q inside. He's going to pull back out. Mid-range J is short. And rebound falls to Hosh. And Hosh finds Cantrell. Cantrell evades his man. His shot is blocked. Olatunji's going to pick it back up, and they'll reset. 25 on the shot clock. Tie ball game here. 16 minutes left in the second half. Denzel Hosh on the outside. Good hands by Quamaine Rose, but Shamanga brings it up, and Shamanga layup no good. Rebound falls to Bradley. Bradley over to Grant. Grant another mid-range J, no good. And Watts grabs the board for another second chance opportunity for UNCP.
Good job, way to bat the ball out.
Braves have 10 offensive boards so far in this one. Really been crashing that offensive glass. And Bradley will set up the play. And Watts off the Grant screen. Watts is fouled, and he'll head to the line for 2 shots after this media timeout. Tie ball game here in Pembroke. Stay with us. You're watching Braves basketball right here on the Braves Broadcast Network. .48-48, UNCP and UNG all knotted up. Brandon Watts will head to the line to shoot 2. And so far in the second half for North Georgia, no field goals in close to 3 minutes. Nighthawks have started this second half out getting a couple easy layups, but since then Braves have kind of tightened up the defense a little bit. And Watts' first free throw up and no good. Watts shoots it at about 64% from the free throw line coming into today. And so far from today, he's hit 4 of 6. Second one up, and nothing in net for Brandon Watts. Braves lead by 1.
And when really was the last time you?
It's been a while. It's been a tough game so far, and it looks like now the Braves are going to go to a little 2-3 zone, something we don't see a lot out of UNCP, but a little defensive change here. And nice job there to get inside and just attack Nigel Grant and get to the free throw line. It'll be Shaquan Cantrell, and he'll head to the line for 2.
Yeah, Coach Miller's trying to make his case to the referee here, saying, hey, his hands were straight up. Where was the foul?
And Nigel Grant did go straight up. Might have been a little contact there, but Cantrell did a nice job of selling it, and he'll head to the line for 2. Cantrell's first shot up, and good for Cantrell. Shoots at about 57% from the line for this Nighthawk team. Leading scorer, hasn't done a lot of damage today. 0 of 7 from the field. All of his damage has been from that free throw line. He misses the second. Braves still have 4 of their 5 starters on the floor. James Murray-Boyles checked in for Akia Pruitt at that media timeout. And Watts is going to try to attack Cantrell off the dribble. Nice move by Watts, and he'll head to the line for 2 more. Brandon Watts getting to the free throw line at will here in the second half.
Yeah, and he's just putting his head down and saying, hey, I'm going to score, and if not, you're going to foul me. Those are the only 2 options he's giving them right now.
And Shaquan Cantrell only listed an inch taller than Brandon Watts, and only listed at 205, but he looks bigger than Watts, but Watts just muscles in there and draws the foul and knocks down the first free throw.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that one. He does look bigger than Watts, and Cantrell's standing at 6'5", 205, and Watts at 6'5", 180, so it makes a big difference.
Watts just playing physical, trying to get inside, and never shies away from that contact, and the Braves now have a 2-point lead. Tyler Dominy with the ball, guarded tightly by Alex Bradley. Dominy gets inside, and traveling is the call. And Tyler Dominy's done a nice job today so far. Has 12 points, 6 of 8 from the field. His second turnover of the day. He's looked pretty good attacking the rim, but obviously that one just took 1 extra step, and it'll be Braves basketball. 9th turnover of the day so far for the Nighthawks on that last one. And now Bradley will attack this overload. Back to Watts. Watts attacking Shamanga. Size mismatch inside to Grant. Grant, and no good. Grant cleans it up and extends his Braves lead. And Clemaine Rose gets a steal on the inbound. And Rose is fouled by Hosh. Clemaine Rose. I'll tell you what, Clemaine Rose came back from that injury about mid-season, had this last semester, and he's looked better and better each game. And obviously senior night, his career high or season high on the year had 18, and he's looking better and better every game.
Yeah, you're really right about that one. You know, he became more of an assist point guard, more of a playmaker than a scorer. And this past week, though, he's just turned it up back to the vintage Kwame Rose, and the fans love it.
And JB attacks off the bounce, and Murray-Boyles layup no good. Falls to Watts. Watts with another offensive board, and the Braves will reset here. Denzel Hoch really chasing, trying to get that steal. Watts will pull up from 3, and good. Brandon Watts with the offensive rebound and nails the 3 with the defender in his face. Braves largest lead of the day, up 7 now with 13:30 left here in the second half.
You know, why not? You get that rebound, you say, I'm going to do this myself.
And
you know what, music.
Alex Bradley with a huge steal. Braves running in transition. Over to JB. JB's going to spin on Dominy. Righty hook. And Murray-Boyles will head to the line for 2 shots. Back and forth basketball. Braves really getting after it on both ends.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. Getting after it is the right word because they're playing like they know how to play ball. Coach Miller obviously said something to them in that locker room that made them think, you know what, we're way better than this. Why are they even sticking with us right now? The Nighthawks were 5th in the PBC West Division, and like you said earlier, with a 15-13 record. And, you know, the Braves finished tied for first place in the PBC East. So, obviously, they know they can play better than this.
And that first half was just a struggle at times, and now, they've been getting going. And obviously, James Murray-Boyles at the free throw line, a spot where he's very capable. And he knocks down the second one. 9-point lead now for UNCP.
The tides have turned.
Ross Morcom throws it over to Duke Robinson. Robinson had a pretty good first half off the bench, had 6 points, 3 of 3 from the field. Coach Faulkner made massive subs in that last timeout. And Shamanga's going to attack off the dribble. Shamanga gets inside with the left hand. He's fouled, and he'll head to the line for 2 shots.
That was a great take by Shamanga right there. Way to get the foul, do a little okey doke, and Watts went up and just looked like he swiped down on him.
Shamanga will head to the line. So far on the year, mentioned earlier, one of the best free throw shooters in the conference. Shoots 87%. Split his last pair of free throws, so you expect him to almost be perfect here from here on out. But you never know. Conference tournament, freshman. His first one is up and easy. Nothing but net.
Yeah, and you can really think about it for Shamanga. You said freshman, and that's serious because he's having such a great game, averaging around 9 points, and he does miss that one. But, imagine where his confidence level is right now, and imagine where it will be in the next 3 years.
Watts in the mid-range, pull-up, no good. And rebound falls to Dominique. Like you said, Shamanga so far today has 5 assists. Done a nice job just creating for this team. Dominique's going to attack off the bounce. Dominique inside, spins inside, blocked away by Watts. And Quamaine Rose will save this one to Murray Boyles. Great block there from Brandon Watts. And Quamaine's going to look to push. Q behind the back dribble, inside, swings it to Watts. Watts, wide open 3.
Knocked
and
down.
butter. Brandon Watts, smooth three-pointer from Watts. And the Braves are up 11. 0 field goals for the Nighthawks in the last 5 minutes. Corner 3 and he'll pull up. He won't take it. Robinson tries to attack inside, and ball goes right over Hosch's head. And that's a tough one for the Nighthawks. Down 11 now. UNCP really clicking on all cylinders. And we'll have a timeout on the floor. UNCP really turned this one around on a 12-run run. You're watching Braves basketball right here on the Braves Broadcast Network. Brandon Watts with 21 points here in Pembroke in the PBC quarterfinal. Watts has really been on fire here in the second half, knocked down 2 threes. And what's working right now for Brandon Watts?
You know what? Everything's working here. Honestly, he's having his way. And to be honest, to be frank, we're used to this. Watts has never shied away from competition. And he comes out and he just plays his game. We've seen now that he can drive the paint and get an easy bucket. We've seen that he can get to the free throw line. And, of course, everybody knows that when he gets going, he's a nice shooter.
And Brandon Watts has 11 points here in the second half. North Georgia has 11 points as a team here in the second half. And James Murray Boyles with a pull-up jumper. Money in the mid-range for JB. And Braves up to a 13-point lead. UNG really reeling here. Ron English and ball stolen away by Alex Bradley. Braves will look to push it up the floor. Bradley over to Mike Smith. Smith's pull-up 3 is off. Rebound falls out, and Bradley tried to knock that one out. And Watts gets the poke. And look at that. Brandon Watts diving on the floor. Almost runs right into the guitar player from the pep band. And full out energy on both ends of the floor. Braves couldn't pull that one in, but you'd love to see that excitement and that heart and determination. We'll have another quick timeout on the floor. You're watching Braves basketball right here on the Braves Broadcast Network. Braves fans, Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke's varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. UNCP thanks Adidas for all of their support and offering the best for Braves athletics. Braves on a 14-1 run over the last 3 minutes. There'll be North Georgia ball on the baseline, and UNCP everything going right so far in the second half. And North Georgia will get the ball inbounds to Sean Brennan. Brennan will swing it to Shimanga, and the freshman point guard will try and set up the play. Over to Rod English. English trying to attack JB off the bounce. English falling away jumper, no good. Rebound to the freshman point guard. Shimanga inside, and he'll get fouled, and he'll head to the line.
Yeah, that was kind of a awkward shot by English right there. Tried to do a spin move and just went through a whole bunch of difficulties in that shot. And honestly, he's lucky Shimanga came up with that rebound.
And Shimanga so far done a nice job getting to that free throw line. I mentioned earlier he's an 87% free throw shooter coming into today's game. Crashing the glass. He has 5 rebounds and 5 assists. So it's really been an interesting game as far as the guards attacking the rim and grabbing rebounds. For UNCP, Brandon Watts obviously plays that small forward position, has 9 rebounds for the Braves. And Kamaine Rose, the other guard for UNCP, has 3 rebounds. So a lot of guards crashing the glass and grabbing rebounds. And Shimanga will look to knock down the second free throw. 13-point ball game here, 11:26 left in the second half. Spot in the PBC semifinals on the line, and Shimanga knocks down the second.
And Shimanga, 87% free throw shooters, shooting 50% right now from the free throw line. So not like him.
And JB's going to look to attack English off the dribble. JB inside floater, no good. Rebound back to James Murray Boyle, and he'll head to the line for 2 more. Braves been doing a great job on that offensive glass. 13 offensive boards so far today. 25 second chance points. That second chance point been a big difference so far. 25 second chance points for UNCP, only 9 for the North Georgia Nighthawks.
Yeah, you want to know something about that? Those second chance points? The Braves are the #1 team in the PBC in offensive rebounds per game, along with total rebounds per game. So it's not surprising that they're getting all these opportunities.
And UNCP very aggressive, crashing that offensive glass, and that's what happens when you got a lot of size. You got guys, your bigs are bouncy, they can move, and you got a guy like Brandon Watts on the perimeter that will also crash that glass. Braves up 14 now. Carson Mounts in the game for UNCP. And Mounts trying to guard Robinson, swings out to Brennan. Brennan for 3, and no good. And rebound falls to Bradley. Bradley's going to push. Look at that speed up the floor. Gives it over to Smith. Smith is going to look inside. He's going to dribble out. And trying to find someone to pass the ball to. He'll get it to Brandon Watts. 17 on the shot clock. Braves still got plenty of time to make something happen. Up 14, just trying to work away at this clock a little bit. Over to Mike Smith. Smith guarded tightly by Brennan. Smith back to Watts. 7 on the shot clock. Watts going to have to do it himself. Off Shimanga. Attacks the dribble. And call is an offensive foul. Thought he was in that restricted area.
Yeah.
The referee's going to talk about it a little bit, but charge is the call.
Yeah, it really looked like he was standing on that half circle right there, in which case it should be a blocking foul, but, you know, you can't really overturn a foul.
And Kamaine Rose will check back into the game. Alex Bradley will take a seat. And Denzel Hosh will check back in for the Nighthawks. Hosh has 12 points so far. Him and Tyler Dominique leading the way, 12 apiece. For the Braves, it's been all about Brandon Watts and James Murray Boyles. Murray Boyles really that 6th man that you go to get you quick buckets, has 17 points, 6 of 12 from the field. He's done a nice job, gotten a lot of minutes so far today. Duke Robinson swings it outside to English. English lefty 3, and no good. Rebound falls to Smith. And foul right away called on the Nighthawks. It's actually going to be on the UNCP.
It was a jump ball.
It was a jump ball.
Yeah, it looks like it. Possession arrow Nighthawks.
It's going to be Nighthawks ball on that baseline. Over to Denzel Hosh. Hosh, quick trigger 3, and no good. Good job by English to fight for that one. The Mounts tips it off of him, and it'll be Braves basketball.
You know, Hosh knocked down 4 threes in that first half, and since then he's just gone cold. Yes. And we know he can shoot, but no, not this half.
So far as a team, North Georgia shooting 0 for 5 from the three-point land. Kamaine Rose kind of loses the handle on that one. He's on the floor. and Hosh will come away with it. Hosh going to try to attack off the bounce. Hosh inside, layup, no good. Rebound falls to Kamaine Rose. Rose dribbles out of traffic. Finds Smith. Smith, pump fake. And he'll reset. Braves really working at this clock now. 10 left on the shot clock. Back to Watts. Over to Smith. Smith inside. Nice play over to JB. JB's going to have to put it up. Where it blows up and hits the rim. And nice rebound by Kamaine Rose. Another rebound for Q.
Great job running the offense by the Braves.
And the Braves lead by 16. Inside, blocked by Carson Mounts. And it'll be Braves basketball. Actually, referee pointed the wrong way. It'll be Nighthawk ball. thought it was going to be North Georgia ball, but the referee got a little overexcited there. And they'll still be on that end. Braves make a couple subs. Nigel Grant's back in the game, as well as Akia Pruitt and Micah Kinsey. And can't get that inbound play to work for them, and it'll be Brave ball.
Yeah, one thing about this game, we were talking about turnovers earlier in that first half, and they've really just gone down a lot. The Braves was 16th, and the Nighthawks with 13. I know it seems like a high number, but compared to that first half, it's relatively low.
Micah Kinsey drives inside. Layup for the M1. The freshman will head to the line for a free throw opportunity. Micah Kinsey, one thing you see about Micah Kinsey, he has the flair for the dramatic. He comes off the bench. He wants to make the highlight reel play. We've seen it all season. That one, a nice reverse layup. Uses the rim to protect from the shot blockers, and he'll head to the line for the M1 opportunity.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. The dramatic, he likes that. He likes to put on a show, just like the end of last game, actually, with, maybe 3 seconds left. He just threw down a dunk. And, he's not all that big, but the kid has bounce.
He's got bounce. He's got heart. He misses the free throw. That's one place where he does struggle a little bit, but Micah Kinsey definitely one of those spark players off the Braves bench. And Sean Brennan drives inside, and Kinsey tried to go for the monster block there, and Brennan will head to the line, and he's fouled. Braves fans don't like it, but there was some contact there. At this point, Braves fans aren't going to like any foul call. They just want to see that clock keep moving. And Sean Brennan will head to the line for two. Sean Brennan, 70% free throw shooter on the year. 4 points so far today. First free throw up and no good. Braves pep band doing a nice job behind that goal with those optical illusions and all those big heads, just trying to help out UNCP, create that home court advantage here at Lumbee Guarantee Bank Court. Brennan's second free throw up and good. 17-point lead for UNCP. And Kinsey just tried to force that one to Grant. Ball is saved and Cantrell controls. A lot of contact there. Brett's letting him play. And Hosh will cross half court and then gets the foul. And Kinsey doesn't like it.
Yeah, Kinsey has 4 now.
And that's tough for a guy like him that's a bench player, doesn't get a whole lot of time having 4 fouls, just trying to establish that rhythm. And Hosh will head to the line. First free throw up and good. Denzel Hosh, 78% free throw shooter on the year.
I'm surprised Kinsey isn't coming out the game. Coach Miller, there's a lot of trust putting in your player, especially with 8:30 left in this game.
I think part of it has to do with maybe you just want to buy Alex Bradley that breather, not necessarily worried about Kinsey fouling out, but definitely showing a lot of confidence because he's a guy that, for defensive purposes, you might want late in the game, but Braves pulling away here. Tough jumper from Pruitt, and Kinsey crashed the offensive glass. No good. Rebound falls to Brennan. Brennan's going to look to push a little. And Dominique's going to settle for a 3. Dominique's 3 up and good. That's the first 3-pointer of the second half for North Georgia. And Tyler Dominique's the one that knocks it down.
Yeah, and I'm sure on his end, he's real happy to see that go down because he was going cold for a while.
And Kamaine Rose back to Grant. Grant, mid-range jumper. And no good. Nice tip up by Rose, but doesn't go down. Mike Smith grabs the board. And another Braves offensive rebound from that guard position. Mike Smith lays it up and in.
And guards like to get down and dirty in the rebound column.
And Kamaine Rose is not happy. Something that Sean Brennan said. And they'll have to be separated here. And Mike Smith puts his arm around Rose.
Yeah, they're chatting a little bit coming up that court, and Brennan made some contact with Rose, and ref called a foul. Rose obviously didn't like it, pushing Brennan back.
Refs will meet at half court, and hopefully this meeting doesn't last too long. But speaking of long, ever wonder why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to top-of-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube while your vehicle's being serviced. You can see for yourself. That's Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, located next to Lumberton High School. We'll have a quick media timeout here. Braves still lead this one 71-57. And so far for UNCP, it's been all about Brandon Watts in the second half and really just playing great defense. North Georgia 1 of 12 of the last field goals and just haven't been able to see one through the net. And we still have the referees having a little meeting at half court with both coaches. And it's one of those things with the lead expanding a little bit, you just want to make sure this game doesn't get too chippy. And referee's going to over there discussing with calling both coaches to the middle of the floor. Normally this is kind of like a little warning. We want to let both coaches know, like, listen, we can't have any of that. We don't want any bad blood here. And with 7:36 on the clock, there is time for North Georgia to get back in this game.
Yeah, there's plenty of time for them to get back in the game. But for them to do that, everything's just going to have to change places. You know, they're going to have to start knocking down shots, playing better defense, and the Braves just have to start coughing the ball up. And I'm really interested because I don't know who this foul went on.
I think might have been something. You hate to see like a double tech called, but that could be something that maybe is a possibility. And they're discussing it now with the scorebook, and obviously the public address announcer will let us know.
Yeah. I don't think anything's coming up on the board right now.
And there was a tech called on Quamaine Rose as well as the original foul. So they're going to hit Quamaine Rose up with 2 fouls. That'll give him 3 on the game. So not sure what's going on with as far as the players. There was supposed to be a media timeout, but obviously both coaches didn't really get a full conversation with their team, so they kind of want that now. And so Quamaine Rose will have 3 now. Picked up the foul as well as the tech on Brennan. So Sean Brennan will head to the line. And Coach Miller does take Quamaine Rose out of the game, kind of want to cool him off a little bit. Obviously, he's one of the senior leaders on this team. You expect him to be all right. He'll be back in this game shortly, but cool him off a little bit. And Brandon's first free throw up and good. And Coach Miller still having a conversation with the referee.
Yeah, I don't think he agreed with that call at all.
And Brandon's second free throw up and good. And I think what it was the call. Those were the free throws for the initial foul. And now Hoach at the line, and Hoach knocks down his free throw. He'll get one more.
Yeah, and you know, we don't really know what happened. I don't think anybody really saw what was going on. They usually say the second player gets caught, so maybe that's what happened in this case. But I'm pretty sure everybody saw that push, so technical definitely for the push, but I didn't see the foul.
And that's a big swing for North Georgia. Cuts the lead down to 10. And they're still 1 of the last 12 from the field, so they got to start making some free throws here shortly.
Let's see if this revs the Braves up a little bit.
And Brennan in the mid-range, nothing but air. And rebound falls to Mike Smith. Mike Smith gallops down the floor. He's got no numbers, but he drives inside, and foul's called. It's a blocking foul. Mike Smith will head to the line for 2.
And
Mike Smith was not going to settle for anything but that layup in the foul.
Yeah, he was a man on a mission right there. And English fell kind of hard. Hit his head. He was a little bit shaken up on that one.
Mike Smith so far today, only 2 points, and he's another one of those energizers off the bench and just grabbed that rebound and took off down the floor, tried to go coast to coast. And he'll head to the line for 2. Mike Smith on the year, shooting 77% from the free throw line. Didn't score on Wednesday at senior night, but big part of this Braves team. Definitely a fan favorite here in Pembroke. Smith's first free throw up and no good. Braves so far today shooting 71% from the free throw line. And the Second one is up, and that one's no good as well, but the Braves will grab the offensive board. Another offensive rebound.
Yeah, those lanky big men.
Kia Pruitt tipped that one out. And Braves look to run some clock here. Watts loses that one, and Brennan grabs it. Brennan over to Hosch. Hosch is going to pull up from 3. And
wow.
That's a big shot there for Denzel Hosch, the freshman. It's a 7-point game in transition. Fearless from Denzel Hosch.
You know, I think that hit backboard, and I don't believe he called it.
And Alex Bradley will attack off the bounce. And Alex Bradley, off balance, fading away, knocks it down for the Braves. This is where Hosch really wants to just try and take over. Tries to draw the foul, and he banks in another 3. Denzel Hosch wanted the foul.
Wow.
No way he called that one. And that's another big shot. It's a 6-point game, and the fans can't believe it.
I don't think anybody can. That's 2 shots right off the backboard.
Stolen away. Once again, Sean Brennan with the rock. 6-point game. Hosch wants it. Hosch is going to look to fire another 3. Here it is. Denzel Hosch. And nothing but air on that one. I think that's what he gets for banking in 2 straight 3s. And it's going to be Braves basketball.
Yeah, and the fans are letting him hear right now. That was the heat check right there. You know, he wanted it. He called for it. He just hit 2 off the backboard. Why not shoot it?
Denzel Hosch really trying to take over here. 6-point game. Just over 6 left here in Pembroke. Nigel Grant, lefty hook, and good. It's too easy for Nigel Grant.
Huge size advantage down there on the post against Roderick English, who's only 6'4", 200.
Sean Brennan trying to set things up on Mike Smith. Braves switch on defense. Smith on Hosch. Now Brennan done a pretty good job off the bench running the point for North Georgia. Slips inside, and Sean Brennan. Nice layup there for the point guard. Back to a 6-point game. And Bradley, he was going to get fouled there. A lot of contact, draws that foul, and he'll head to the line. One of the best free throw shooters on this UNCP squad. Shoots 86% from the line.
And not just the squad, he's best shoot. One of the best free throws is the whole conference. You know, shooting 4th right there for free throw percentage, like you said, 86%. So
Bradley will get 2 shots here. First one up and good. Alex Bradley had a nice day on Wednesday versus Francis Marion, had 19 points. Perfect from the field, 5 of 5 from 3. He'll try and knock down the second one. Shot is up and good. Nothing but net. Alex Bradley knocks it in. And it's an 8-point game.
The Braves again in that 2-3 that we don't see too often.
Dominique on the outside, swings it over to Hosch. Hosch a deep NBA 3, and no good. Rebound falls to Watts. Watts has a double-double and turns the ball over. Brennan looks inside for the alley-oop, and Tyler Dominique lays it up and in. 6-point game. And Watts tries to run the baseline. Ball swatted away, and Mike Smith's got it. And it'll be Braves basketball. Denzel Hosch really laying it all out on the floor. 22 points so far, 6 threes made in the game. And he's playing really hard on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, these Nighthawks are trying to rally a comeback right now. They're saying, hey, we were down right now, but we had this team first half, so let's rally the troops and get it together. And, you know, down by 6, that's really what's going on right now.
Showing a little full court pressure. Denzel Hosch guarding Alex Bradley. Braves trying to run a little offense here. Mismatch down low. They'll feed it to Grant. Grant's going to try and attack. He swings it over to Smith. Smith looks back inside, but he'll attack, and another foul called. This one on Cantrell. Cantrell, 4 points so far today. Came in leading the team in scoring on the year. 0-7 from the field. He's had a tough one. Foul trouble been a main issue. And he's going to, looks like after this free throw, they're going to sub out Cantrell. They picked up his 4th foul.
It's as many points as he has fouls. It's never a good sign. But, you know, these fouls really starting to pile up here. 10 on both sides, and both teams now in the double bonus. It's, you know, this isn't something that you're too used to seeing, especially, you know, this late into the season.
And Mike Smith at the line, like you said, both teams in the double bonus, so both of them will be shooting free throws from here on out on the fouls. And Smith's second free throw up and good. Sends that Braves lead back out to 8. 4:37 left in this one. Still plenty of time for both teams to really get some things going.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of contact down there on the floor.
English is shaking up. He slipped. He was trying to make a move, and he just slipped, and it looked like his legs came out of him. Wow.
And English is going to hobble off the floor. Hopefully he's all right. He's really hobbling off the floor. Just really surprised to see none of his teammates helping him out there. And now we'll see them get him some help. And Cantrell will check back in.
And English is on the bench grabbing his ankle. He might have just rolled it, but I don't know. He was struggling walking over there. It looks kind of bad.
Hate to play doctor over here. Hopefully he's all right. Guy that comes off the bench for his team plays a lot of minutes. And Alex Bradley will try and set things up for the Braves. Mike Smith over to Nigel Grant. Grant will shoot a three, and no good. Watts trying to fight for that rebound. He can't get it, and Hosch will grab it. Denzel Hosch over to Tyler Dominy. Dominy going to attack off the dribble and drives baseline. And Tyler Dominy, he's one of those guys that you don't really see all of his athleticism until he's out on the floor. He's not a guy that looks overly athletic, but when he gets inside, he can fly a little bit. We saw him get a few dunks in that first half, and that was a nice baseline drive to draw the foul.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that one. You know, first look, you're like, okay. And then he gets in the game, and you actually have to play against him, and you're like, wow, this is not what I expected. Let me rev it up a little bit.
He's a solid ball player, can do a little bit of everything. And 4 minutes left in this game. Down 8, still plenty of time for the Nighthawks. Second free throw's up and good. And Braves got to be careful. Don't want to let too much air out of the ball here. Still got to run your offense. Still try and get buckets, because 79 points definitely not enough to pick up this win with this amount of time left in the game. Watt's going to look back to his coach. Main row is at the scorer's table. He'll check into the next dead ball. Next dead ball also be a last media timeout. Watts drives inside, feeds it to Grant. And foul was called on the play. And it's going to be Nighthawk basketball. Charge is the call on Brandon Watts. And we'll head to our last media timeout here in Pembroke. Braves lead this one by 7. You're going to want to be here. Listen to this one right here on the Braves Broadcast Network. We'll be right back.
This WNCP TV sports production is sponsored by Domino's Pizza of Pembroke. Domino's of Pembroke, 412 West 3rd Street, Pembroke, North Carolina, 910-521-2223. Take out or dine in. Thank you, Domino's of Pembroke, for sponsoring this WNCP TV sports production. 910-521-2223.
(79-72) is the score. 3:37 left in the ball game, and a spot in the PBC semifinals is on the line. UNCP, second seed in the tournament, had a share of the conference title in the regular season, first PBC conference title in program history. It'll be Nighthawk basketball. Sean Brennan back in the game. He's done a nice job off the bench for this team in the second half. Has 9 points, 4 assists, and he'll run the point. And Robinson swings it back out to Brennan. Brennan inside, back to Robinson. Robinson looked at that three, passes it up, back to Hosch. Hosch, deep two. And no good. And there'll be a foul on the floor. Denzel Hosch, so far today, 22 points, 6 of 13 from three-point land.
The That's 4 on Watts. 21 points, 4 fouls. Good. I mean, offensive-wise, good stat line. But, you know, that 4 fouls with almost 3 minutes left in the game. We all know that he's a crucial part of this Braves team, both offense and defense.
Cantrell's first free throw is no good. And Shimanga will check back in and run the point for the Nighthawks. And at this point in the game, with this amount of time left, even with those 4 fouls, you expect Brandon Watts to stay in the game, maybe try and get a little offensive defense going. But he'll stay out there. Sub for the Nighthawks. And Ross Morcom will check back in. And they're having to go offense for defense for Shaquan Cantrell. Cantrell struggled on the offensive end, but he's definitely one of their go-to guys, so he'll be subbing out when they're on defense and bringing a little full-court pressure now. Only a 6-point lead for UNCP. We saw that lead grow up to about 17 in the second half. But this game definitely going to be close down the stretch. Bradley back to Watts. Watts going to attack off the bounce. Watts pulls up in the mid-range. Brandon Watts, no good. And rebound will fall to Dominique. Can cut this one to a 1-score game with a 3. Duke Robinson attacks off the dribble. Robinson over to Shimanga. Shimanga's going to look for that floater. Back inside to Morcom. And Morcom right over Akia Pruitt. It's a 4-point game.
And, you know, 79-75, really expecting a high-scoring game coming from these two teams. Pembroke scoring around 86 points a game, and North Georgia scoring around 81, so not surprised by this score at all.
Alex Bradley's going to look to attack Shimanga off the bounce. Bradley draws the foul, and he'll head to the line for 2. Alex Bradley in this one so far only has 5 points. He only attempted 2 field goals. And Alex Bradley's gotten to the line 4 times. And I believe that's going to be the 5th foul on Morcom, so he's going to foul out. So Morcom will head to the bench. Cantrell back in. Cantrell has 4 fouls himself.
Yeah, so
That's actually only 4 on Morcom, I believe, but he'll head back to the bench.
yeah, so
That was his 5th, so he's out. Morcom's done, so Cantrell will be out on the floor with 4. And Bradley's first free throw rolls out.
So pretty much what the Nighthawks just did was replace foul trouble with foul trouble. That's really what happened. But if you're the Nighthawks in this situation, what choice do you really have?
You need to have your best players on the floor, so they're going to bring Cantrell back out. There's nothing you can do. This amount of time left in the game. And Bradley's second free throw up and good. At this point, foul trouble isn't really something you're paying attention to. You got to have your best players out on the floor, your guys you feel confident in. And it's a 5-point game. 2 minutes, just over 2 left. And Brendan's going to look to run a little 2-minute game with Dominique. Dominique back out to Hosh. Hosh has hit some big threes here in the second half to bring this team back in the game. Trying to attack the senior Quamaine Rose. Hosh inside. And Denzel Hosh, another nice job just going after Quamaine Rose. Freshman versus senior matchup. Denzel Hosh has done a nice job today.
Extremely nice job. You know, this is a freshman just taking it to this Braves team, and he has 22 points right now. And, you know, with almost a little under 2 minutes left, he's bound to get a few more. And you know what? He could be the difference in this game. You never know. He's had some lucky shots, and he's had some shots that were just, you know, he was on it.
And Denzel Hosh knocked down that first free throw. Knocks down the second as well. He led them in scoring on Wednesday night at Young Harris, had 18 points, and obviously doing a nice job leading them today with 23. Quamaine Rose gets past the press and pulls up in the mid-range. Rose's mid-range J, no good, and another rebound. Duke Robinson will bring it up the floor. Robinson wants to hold and get to Hosh. Hosh has it, trying to attack Watts off the bounce. Hosh inside, blocked away by Akia Pruitt. That could have cut the lead down to 1, but Akia Pruitt inside. We got 1:30 left. Quamaine Rose is going to pull this one out. Try and run some offense, run a little clock.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Host took it in there like he didn't know who Pruitt was.
Akia Pruitt leading the conference in block shots. Just sent that one away from the freshman. 10 on the shot clock. Bradley's going to run a little 2-man game with Pruitt. Bradley's going to look inside, back out to Murray Boyles. Murray Boyles going to take it inside, tries to finish, and James Murray Boyles knocks it down. Nice finish from JB over the outstretched arms of the defender. And that gives the Braves a 5-point lead. Under a minute to go. And a nice finish there from the Nighthawks. And UNG will take a quick timeout, try and set up their defense. Braves fans, don't miss out on a chance to receive rewards for attending UNCP home athletic events during the 2016-17 season. Visit the App Store on your smartphone and download hashtag Brave Nation, UNCP's new fan engagement app. The app can be found on the Apple Store or on Google Play. Just remember to search hashtag Brave Nation. And I'll tell you what, I got lucky. I almost forgot to check into today's game. Just remembered a little while ago, I had to get my points. So Braves fans, if you're not able to attend events, obviously you can listen here. But if you're out and about on campus, make sure you check in and try and get rewarded for your Braves fanhood. Quick timeout on the floor. Braves lead by 3. And North Georgia's really been showing more aggressive, getting to that rim, getting to that free throw line. And other than Denzel Hosh, it really hasn't been the three-point ball that's done them that well. It's just been attacking that rim and drawing fouls.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that one. And honestly, at the end of the day, anything you can do to get points. As long as you're getting points on the board, then you're helping the team out.
And they're going to run a little full-court press here. Gets the ball into Quamaine Rose. And Rose guarded by Hosh. That's been the matchup almost all day. And for North Georgia, they're not going to foul, so they need to get a stop. 17 on the shot clock. Foul at this point would really be a tough one to take for North Georgia. And 10 on the clock. Braves still got to get a good look here, really taking the air out of the ball. 8 on the shot clock. Bradley drives inside, and the senior finishes.
Great finish.
And that could be the deciding basket of the game. And Shamonga looked like he carried there, and the coaches can't believe it. Hosh pull up deep 3, no good. And rebound to Domini. Domini finishes the layup. Still 20 seconds left on the clock. And Coach Ben Miller and assistant coach Drew Richards can't believe it. Looked like Shamonga carried that one across the midway line, lost control of it. At this point, none of the Braves fans can believe it. And that was definitely looked like a carry, but Shamonga gets away with it, and they'll take it. 3-point game here. Alex Bradley with a great finish. Gave the Braves that 5-point lead, but Tyler Domini crashed the glass. And 20 seconds, still plenty of time left on the clock for a quick foul. And plenty of time for a quick shot. For North Georgia now, it's about trying to set up that pressure. If you don't get the quick steal, you want to probably quick foul. And for the Braves, you want to get the ball in Alex Bradley's hands. Bradley 4-6 from the free throw line today, but on the season shoots it at 86% from the line. You want to have your best free throw shooters out on the floor. Wouldn't be surprised to see Brandon Watts out on the floor, as well as Quamaine Rose. So guys that can knock down that free throw, make good decisions, and handle the rock.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that one. 20 seconds left on the clock. This is where you want to have not only your best players, but also the players you think have the highest IQ in terms of basketball. Players that are going to make smart decisions, aren't going to give the ball up. And, if you're North Georgia right now, you have to foul. And if you get a foul, if you don't get a foul, the only other option you have is a steal.
Got to go for that quick steal and then foul. And for the Braves, Brandon Watts will be the inbounder. And the Braves try and set up a screen. Watts can run the baseline, gets it inbound to Bradley. That's the guy you want with the ball. And Alex Bradley will head to the line for 2 shots. North Georgia really had no chance at getting that quick steal, so had to foul. And Bradley will head to the line for 2. Alex Bradley on the year, shooting 86% from the free throw line. Braves will make a sub. Kia Pruitt will come back in for defensive purposes.
And, if you're Pembroke, if you're Alex Bradley, you have to hit at least one shot. 18 seconds left. A 3 is easy, 84, 81. The way that this team has been shooting so far, especially with Shamonga, you never know what could happen. So he just hit that one up by 4 now, which is really helpful. So one shot won't kill you, but it makes a big factor.
2-possession game now. That was a big one. Second one is up, and this one is also good. 5-point game, 17 seconds. They're getting the ball down the floor fast. Shamonga gets right into the lane and finishes the layup. Obviously, you don't want to foul there, but that was too easy. And ball's right back to Bradley. Bradley gets it away over to JB. JB's going to dribble up, and Murray Boyles is fouled at half court. He'll head to the line for 2 more. And James Murray Boyles, another good free throw shooter, shoots at about 76% on the year. He'll head to the line for 2 more. Once again, still a one-score game at this point, so Murray Boyles has to at least make 1. And it was kind of a risky play by Bradley to pass that ball out of traffic, but he got it to JB, and JB will get 2 shots.
Yeah, and you know, on the other end, once he makes that one, that was a great job. They needed that. You know, on the other end, if I'm Akia Pruitt, I'm just not letting them take the ball down to the hoop like that, you know. You're the top shot blocker in the PBC. You got to go up, you know, force a little something.
And Murray Boyles misses the second, so 7 seconds left. 4-point game. They're going to have to get up a quick 3. Hosch takes it and misses it, and rebound falls to Bradley. And Alex Bradley will dribble this one out, and the Braves pick up the win here in Pembroke in the quarterfinal matchup of the PBC tournament. Braves win this one 87-83. Brandon Watts was the hero, 21 points, the starting small forward for UNCP. 6 of 11 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three-point line. Another big outing from James Murray Boyles off the Braves bench, 7 of 14 from the field. Bryant, what did you see out there from those 2 key players for UNCP?
A little bit of everything, to be honest. There wasn't any one specific thing that really made a difference. You know, they came off the bench in Murray Boyles' case, and, you know, it just showed why they deserve to be on this court, why Pembroke is the team that they are, and, you know, why they deserve to keep going in this conference tournament.
And as far as for North Georgia goes, Denzel Hosch led the way with 24 points, 6 of 19 from the field. All of his 6 made field goals, 1 from three-point land, and 20 points for Tyler Dominy. Big win for UNCP here in the quarterfinal matchup. They'll be back in action next weekend, and we'll see who the matchup is later in the week. You can check in at uncpbraves.com for all that scheduling details. For my broadcast partner, Bryant Reed, I'm PD Powers. Thank you for tuning in for another UNCP Braves victory on the Braves Broadcast Network. Thanks for watching.